Hi, we're Todd and Karla Tillapa, and we moved into this neighborhood 6.5 years ago, not knowing what God would have for us here, but He has brought some wonderful folks into our lives, especially our neighbor Chris and her family.
My name is Chris, and I have been a longtime foster parent, and I've adopted 7 kids out of the foster system.
We were thought the Clampetts had moved in. Just lots of stuff is left out all over, and it trickles around the neighborhood. In the summertime, there's stuff everywhere, and not only in their house, but at our house and our yard. So we joke about that with Chris and her family. Man, the Clampetts need to clean up their front yard.
You know, it's just managed chaos, I think, is the best way to look at that. And some things get dropped to the wayside.
It's not like we've gotten past it and everything's fine now. There's still a struggle. There's still stuff, and when I get home from work and there's stuff in our front yard, we're like, ah! But, you know, that's part of it. It's remaining in the mess and remaining in the relationship, even though there's some frustrations and things like that.
And I think to look beyond that, the outward appearance, and go, okay, what's going on there that is a lot deeper, and knowing that in the midst of all that mess, Chris and their family is investing in the lives of kids that nobody else wanted. And so can we join her in that? Can we join her in investing in those kids?
My neighborhood has really, really, really embraced my family. You know, you've heard that saying, it takes a village. It really does take a village to raise kids and be in a household this size. I know they got my back. I know that they do. And they do it because they want to help.
And I'll tell you the other thing that is tempting at times is to look at them like a project.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to teach them how to clean up and take care of their yard and clean their house and stuff like that. And so it's been, that's a temptation, but it's a part of us that we've kind of discovered to go, you know, it's not about them being a project. It's about just loving them where they're at in the midst of that.
And then being the receivers of that too, you know, because it's not just us loving on them. Man, Chris has loved on our family in incredible ways, has loved our kids, has ministered to our kids, to us personally, in really wonderful ways. I mean, our neighborhood has become our missional community, and that's who we do life with, is our neighbors.
Probably the greatest cost is time and just comfort, you know. I mean, sometimes it feels like an invasion when there's a crisis going on, or just she wants to sit and talk or whatever, and you know, the Nuggets are on or something else, and so yeah, and sometimes you're very aware of that, and other times it doesn't feel like a big deal.
It has helped me so incredibly much, just for them to care enough, just as a neighbor, to come over and like, what can we do to help?